So last year we just did it. And right now we're trying to have everything like properly organized.
Oh,
Do
okay.
we do we do we need like a professional service like QuickBook, or we can use an Excel sheet to kind of show how all the expenses that we had?
Got it. Yeah, you can use either or Excel sheet. You can take a picture of all your receipts, but it's just about being effective. You know what's going to be most effective. So I would say go ahead and use QuickBooks just because it's a lot easier to categorize everything. If
Yes.
you guys need a profit and loss template, I can definitely send you guys one. You guys can use that. But it doesn't really matter how you keep track of your expenses as long as you keep track. Now, keep in mind, um, you really only need to keep track of your expenses if you're being audited. If you don't get audited, then is you don't really need it. But it's best practice to keep track just in case you are audited. So you can say, hey,
Exactly.
IRS, I'm audited. Here's my receipts. Here's my profit and loss template. Here's my expenses. Yeah, if you work more than 4 hours in one day, you can write off that entire day. If you just work more than 4 hours, or the other option is if you're doing business activity. So if you do business activity, you can write it off. But also, if you go out of the country, say for instance, you're like, yeah, let's go out of the country. Long as you do 25% of the 100% of business, then the whole entire trip can be claimed as a tax deduction if it's
Got
out
you.
of the country.
Okay. So what if let's just say you making a YouTube video, because like my personal channel is more about traveling and meeting different people with different culture and talking to them. So let's just say this year I go ahead and spend about $10,000, $15,000 on trips, and I also have prices as well. Let's just say like I get like the video is about getting a random person on my Instagram account or one of my subscribers, fly
Mhm.
with them to a different country, hang out, and then vlog the whole process. Can I
Mhm.
also write off the I would say the subscribers expense as well?
Yeah, because it's ordinary and necessary to run your business.
Okay, so it's not something that will raise a lot of flags with the iOS and get you in trouble down the line.
Mm-mm. When you give your documents to a tax professional, they're gonna pretty much look at everything, and they're gonna say, hey, what are your expenses? This is the business you got. What are your expenses? And once you give these expenses to them, it's not gonna raise a red flag because these are ordinary and necessary things to run your business. Like I said,
Okay,
your business is about travel. So it's naturally going to be that you're going to have high expenses on travel, airfare, maybe bus fare, train fare, like different things like that. So it's not going to raise a red flag in any circumstances. Now, if it was like a situation where your YouTube channel is about, let's just say, travel, but you're buying all of these cars and you're trying to write them off like 10 cars, then maybe it might, because unless buying cars was about your business, you know what I'm saying?
hmm. So let's just say like I decide to I'm just trying to like understand how this can, better fit my plan. Let's say I
Mm-hmm.
decide to go to Miami for a weekend and I'm vlogging it out, right? And I go to Miami, I get an hotel, go out and eat, and also I go and let's say I rent like a Lambo for a day, so I
Mm-hmm.
can go ahead and I would say get uh to use it for my social media and get people to get more involved in my vlogs and stuff like that. Can I write off the expense that I have with the Lambo?
Mm-hmm.
Is it something that
Yeah,
can be done?
yeah. The whole entire trip can be a write-off.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole
And
entire
just
trip can be a write-off.
and the best way to book it, just to remind myself, is just use QuickBook and just make notes of
Use QuickBooks. If you're already documenting it, that's the proof. So if the IRS just wants to see proof, you can say, hey, I document this on my camera. I'm doing this for business. These are my business is YouTube. This is what my business is. Document it on QuickBooks. You can use that app. Or like I said, just keep everything in your business bank account. So everything that you're spending, use it out your business bank account. So when it comes tax time, you can just print out your statements, and everything in that business account is going to be your tax write-offs.
Can't you argue that your whole life expense could be a write-off? You get what I'm trying to say? Like
If you
Exactly.
if you structure
As,
it properly.
as a business owner, everything's a write-off. Everything. Because yes, I'm living my life, and yes, I have to eat, But every time I go out to eat, I'm talking business. So every single meal is a write-off.
Okay.
Yes, I might be going to Miami for a vacation, but I'm checking on my rental property. So the whole trip is a write-off. So as a business owner, you're getting those options to say, hey, if you take advantage, yeah, everything you do can potentially be a write-off. If I got to go get a haircut, I got to get a haircut to look good for my video. It's a write-off.
I didn't know that one, but that one is definitely. I'm about to get my haircut every week now.
Yeah. Like even if you buy clothes, like the clothes you wear for your YouTube video, as long as you have your brand visible, like say for instance, you had a Nike jumpsuit, right? A Nike jumpsuit. And you had, let's just say for instance, your brand was YouTube TV and you had YouTube TV sewn on your brand.
Oh yeah,
That's
marketing.
the whole outfit is marketing. The whole outfit is a write-off. So to answer your question, as a business owner, everything can be a write-off.
And let's just say I'm just trying to like milk out this short time that we had with you. Let's just say I decide to go and with my YouTube channel because it's about lifestyle and travel, but like let's say I decide to go and lease a Tesla, and I have a nice marketing design, not design, but like a little flyer on the side, sticker on the Tesla with my YouTube channel. I make a lot of video with it now, like going out, hanging out, what it feels like having a Tesla now, whatever. And because we have 3 years to like declare losses, instead of me paying taxes, I decide to use that as a strategy. If my YouTube channel picks up even more, that's great. But if it doesn't, I still take advantage of not paying taxes by living just enjoying the benefit of having a business. So I can also write off the lease, like whatever I'm spending on the lease of the car to my business, right?
Yes, you can. Now, the IRS just wants to know everything you're doing, as far as like riding the Tesla, leasing the Lambo, could it potentially make you money? And if it can potentially make you money because you got your logos on it, you're shooting content, you're putting content out, yes, it can potentially make you money. Then it can be considered a business expense. Now, if it's you just went to go get a Lambo and you just driving around, no advertising, no video, then yeah, that I wouldn't say do that. But if you're gonna get a Lambo, do anything, make sure that you're doing it like you got, like you said, you got your YouTube logos, you're shooting content to put content out, and then that can be considered a business expense for you and your business.
Got you. Okay. Because okay.
So what would you say are some of the most popular tax deductions?
Some of the most popular tax deductions, just off the top of my head, is travel, meals, in real estate, depreciation. And there's so many, bro. It's so many, but I would say those three are the main ones. Even like clothes. So a lot of people, they don't normally have uniforms for like businesses, but I would say in some cases clothing. Some people, that's a big one. Dream car, like if you want to buy like a car, like lease a car, like if you was going to buy a Lamborghini, buy a Tesla, you can write off 80% of the vehicle now this year. Last year it was 100%, but this year it's 80%. So if you go buy over a 6,000 pound vehicle, you can write off 80% of the vehicle. If it's under 6,000 pounds, you can depreciate it over the course of 5 years. Another expense will be rent. If you pay rent, you can write off your rent. How do you write off your rent? You do the home office deduction. So that's another thing. If you already have a car, you can write off, like I said, maintenance, gas, oil changes, car washes, toll fees. Those are a few of the main deductions that I would say people use.
So how can you I have a lot of questions, but could you let's say I have a personal car. How do you go about transferring your personal car into your LLC, or you don't have to?
Yeah, you don't have to, as long as you can show like it's for business purposes. You don't have to even buy it in your LLC. But how you write it off, depending on if it's under or over 6,000 pounds. If it's over 6,000 pounds, you get an 80% deduction. So if the car is 100,000, you can write off $80,000 of that car.